Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. We're continuing on with my 2023 makeup collection and declutter series. In this video in particular, we're going over highlighters, my palettes, my liquid / creamy type products, and all of my single powders. I actually just filmed the declutter portion right before filming this intro and outro, and I feel very satisfied with what went down today. So we're gonna get into it. Before we do though, I did of course film this look. It should already be up on my Instagram and YouTube shorts by the time this video goes up. And as far as my accessories today, this is just a basic choker, but these earrings are Shop Sun & Co. And then of course, just a few quick things. Number one, if I declutter your favorite highlighter, please don't get offended. I truly am so happy for you that it's your favorite. It's just not mine for whatever reason, or maybe it's just old. There's a plethora of reasons why I might declutter something. Number two, please don't ask me to send you anything. I feel weird and icky giving used makeup to people I don't know. I like to give tips to my friends and family. I donate what I'm able to, and I toss or recycle what is beyond its point of prime. And last but not least, please do not feel pressure to declutter your collection if that is not what you need in your life. It's just what I need in mine. I love doing this reset at the end of every year. And yeah, without further ado, let's hop in and declutter some highlighters. All right, friends, we are gonna get into my highlight declutter. We have palettes, we have liquids, I guess, / creams, mostly liquidy type products, and then mostly single powders. That's what I have the most of. We have 56 total things to talk about. I actually thought it would be more, but I did do a really good job gutting this last year, and I don't think I've acquired that many new ones, but I definitely feel like I can still condense this down. I'm hoping to at least get rid of maybe a third of these, maybe get it down closer to the 40-ish mark, between 35 and 40. But we're just gonna see. Again, similar to blushes, I do really like dipping into palettes, and I think I want to just condense my palettes down and really make sure I keep these in my desk here so that I can reach for them more, and then just really be picky about which single highlighters I'm keeping, especially because I'm also somebody who reaches into my eyeshadow palettes to use as highlighter all the time. If an eyeshadow palette that I'm currently using has a shade that can work as a face highlight, 9 times out of 10 I'm using that as a highlight. So I feel like I just haven't been reaching for single highlights as often as maybe I once did. There's definitely still some that I'm very partial to and want to keep around, but there's definitely some things I can let go of. So we're gonna get into it. 56 things to talk about. Again, I'm not swatching everything. I'm sorry. I can't, especially when it comes to highlighter, having a million sparkly things all over my hands. It becomes really overwhelming for even me to look at. I'm truly just going based on vibes. I'm going based on what I use and what I don't, what I like, what I don't like. If it bothers you, I'm sorry. There's simply not one way for me to do these declutters that pleases everyone. So this is my journey. I'm inviting you in to see it. So let's get into these palettes first. We have 7 to start with. All right, so the ultimate highlight palette is the Blend Buddy Noctilucent. Looks like this. It's very well loved. I use this a lot. The name's getting rubbed off. It's a whole thing. I love this palette. It is sparkly magic. These have a clear base, so they don't leave a cast. It's just that beautiful sparkly color. This palette's amazing. If you like a sparkly highlight like I do, this is the one for you. Absolutely keeping this. I think I also will keep the Alva 2 from Odin's Eye. I don't even know if this is available anymore, but this is really pretty, specifically Salamander. It's just a sparkly, wet looking highlighter. The other 3 are pretty too, but I do wish this was a single shade. It's beautiful. I'll keep this one. The BH Cosmetics Aspen palette. This one's actually really cute if you want a colorful highlighter. I feel like there's still some sparkle to this, but it's not glittery the way the Blend Buddy one is, but it does leave a really pretty colorful shine on the face. It's lovely. I'm gonna keep it too. I know it already seems like I'm not doing a good job, but I promise I am. I'm just going off things I know I like. We can talk about one I don't really like. This is the Hack and Slash from Creature Cosmetics. It's not bad. These just aren't really colors I wear on my face. 2 of them are too pigmented for me personally to wear as highlighters. If you're darker than me, then that would be perfect for you, but I'm a ghost, so only 2 of these even work as highlighters, and even that, I don't know, they're only okay. The packaging is the selling point to me. I love the Trick or Treat franchise, but this just isn't my palette, so I'm gonna let this one go. The Glam Light and Scooby-Doo one, it has that lenticular shiftiness. Did not like the palettes in this collection, but I do love the highlighters in this collection. I think they're so cute. They're so sparkly. This one's more green based on camera. This one looks like the green base. I think it's just the shifts that are going opposite. But this one is a sparkly green one. This one's a sparkly pinky peach. Beautiful, wet, sparkly, everything that I want. Now the Glamlight Michaela highlighter palette, honestly, I like forget that I have this all the time. It's really pretty, but I kind of forget that I have this. This one's like a blue shift. This one's like a pale green, and then this one's more of a darker green. Not the same as Laser Glazer from Kaleidos, unfortunately, but it's the closest I found, but I already have Laser Glazer. I was happy with this when I first bought it, but honestly, I just forget this exists, so I think I'm gonna just give this one to a friend so it can actually get used. The Resurgence palette from Heather Austin and Unearthly Cosmetics. Rebirth is such a beautiful kind of like white gold highlighter. It's gorgeous. And then Renewal works as a really pretty like glowy blush or a blush topper for me. And I love Heather so much, so I'm definitely gonna keep this. Well, we started with 7, decluttered 2. Now I have 5. I'm actually pretty okay with that, so. Let's move on now to my creams and liquids. All right, creams and liquids. We have 8 here to talk about. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think most of these are gonna go. Not because they're bad. These are actually some of the only like cream/liquid formulas that I like as far as highlighter goes, because more times than not, they're either way too subtle or they move my makeup around. Neither of those options is not gonna fly with me. So these are actually the ones that I can use and I feel like they look good and they perform well. I just simply don't use liquid and cream highlighters ever. It's just not my journey. I don't know what it is. I never want to reach for it. I'll use cream bronzer and blush all day, every day, but I just love a powder highlighter. I love the formulas that I love and I just don't reach for these. And even though these are actually like good formulas, I don't need to keep them. The only one that I'm going to keep is Enlighten from Rare Beauty. This, in my opinion, is like the ultimate liquid highlighter. It's just the perfect level of like smooth, liquid highlight where it blends into the skin perfectly, but it leaves you with such a beaming, bright highlight. It's not sparkly, it's just beaming. And this is honestly beautiful mixed with foundations. It's beautiful on bare skin if you just wanted to add a glow. It's just perfect. So this one I will keep, but the other ones I will not, only because I don't use them. Again, they are good formulas. I just don't reach for them. But these are the Slime Lights by Freck. We have Big Bang. This one's kind of like a greenish shift. Again, not like Laser Glazer, but it is like similar in the cream version. It's gorgeous. This one is Space Face. This is like that bluey pink shift. And then Beam Machine is kind of like a peachy shift. Again, great formula. I just don't use them, so don't need to keep them sitting around. I'd rather give them to a friend. And then we have these liquid ones from Unearthly. We have Pixie, Gilded, Molten, and Basque. You can kind of just see with your own eyeballs what the shifts are. These are sparkly. They're easy to work with. They dry down easy. They're pretty great. I just, again, don't use them, so I'll give them to a friend. Well, that was satisfying. We started with 8, decluttered 7, and now we have 1. Let's move on to my individual powders now. Let me get it set up. All right, all of my individuals here in front of me. I have 41. Again, I honestly thought it was gonna be worse than it is. It's not so bad, but I do wanna condense this down just to be a broken record. I'm not using all of them. I want to condense it down so that I'm more inspired to use what I have. I know very well what I have. There's things sitting around that I know I'm just personally not really using, so I will give you these out to friends. Let's see, I think I wanna start with this similar to blushes. I'm gonna grab things that I know for a fact I'm keeping so that I can go from there. Like these Odin's Eye ones, I love these so much. They're all sparkly and have a beautiful shift. This one is Pink Star. It's just got like a really pretty like soft pink shift to it. Jour Shine has a gorgeous like baby blue. Rose Sky is like more of a like reddish pink, like a more vibrant pink than Pink Sky was. Lavender Dream is my favorite. It's more of like a blue purple. I feel like this one's ultra sparkly. It's my favorite of these 6. Moon Talk is a gorgeous like greenish shift. The camera is not picking up the shift in this one at all, but it is like green. So pretty. And finally, Warm Sunshine. This one has like a yellow gold kind of shift. It's really pretty. I reach for these a lot, actually. I think they're beautiful, like shifty highlighters. They're so nice. You guys also know I have to keep my Fenty How Many Carats Diamond Balm. Let me try to open this. This packaging is destroyed. This is so old and so used, but it is my #1 favorite highlighter. I kind of want to try to scrape off the top layer so that it feels like new again, but I'm scared if I do that, it's going to break because it's like getting so low. Every Sephora sale, I'm like, I should buy a new one, but I'm like, no, I have plenty. Eventually I will buy a brand new one because this is my #1 favorite. It just gives you like wet sparkliness all over the face. There's no color. It's just like clear and like wet like diamonds. It's so pretty. It is the skin of a killer Bella. I thought Rosé Rave would be a lot more similar because it is like the pink version of the How Many Carats Diamond Balm, but this just isn't quite the same. It's not as sparkly. I've used this plenty of times, but I think mostly just to convince myself that I'm happy with this purchase. But truth be told, I would have been happier with getting a new How Many Carats Diamond Balm whenever I purchased this one. This was a while ago. I think I'm ready to let this one go. It doesn't like blow me away. It's just not the same, so I can let this one go. I have these two from ColourPop, Seismic, which as you can see has the biggest dent, and Flexitarian, which also has a little bit of pan. I think I've gone through like 2 or 3 Flexitarians in my life. I love both of these. Flexitarian just gives you that metallic wet highlight. Like there's no sparkle. It is just beaming. And then Seismic has sparkle to it. I love them both. I've used them off and on for a very long time, and I will continue using these until they're gone. I don't know if I'll repurchase them per se, just because I have so many highlighters and they're not like the only highlighter I use anymore like they used to back in the day. Well, this one specifically. But I definitely want to keep them around and keep using them, so I'll keep these. The Rare Beauty one in Enlighten. My gripe with this one is it is very fragile. If you can't tell, it's just constantly a crumbly mess, and as beautiful as this is, it just gives you a smooth but bright highlight. It's destroyed. I need to not keep this one around, so I'm gonna toss this one. It doesn't need to live anymore. I even like tried repressing it with alcohol. It's beyond the point of no return. Speaking of things that are beyond the point of no return, let me just move these guys. These 6 are the Bitter Lace Beauty like candy coated highlighters. I think these are so pretty, but I literally forget about these all the time just because they're like in a palette, but they're not. Like they're singles just chilling in an empty palette. I forget about them. They're also getting quite old. Not that I like firmly believe that you have to stop using powders at a certain point, like kind of just whenever the formula isn't kicking anymore. But I've had these since I want to say 2018, maybe early 2019. It's been a long time. And I just forget about them. So I don't think I want to keep them around anymore. I know it's really, really sad, but they're collecting dust literally because I forget that they exist. I used these a ton when I first got them. They're like my first couple of years. These were like the only highlighters I used. And they're quite lovely. And then I also have these individual singles, Eviscerate and Moonrock. These are from, I think, the original Teresa's Dead and Lethal Cosmetics collection. And they're really nice. Like this is just a bright beaming white. This one's like a soft minty green. But just based on other things that I already know I'm keeping, I don't think I need to keep those either. I'd rather give those to a friend where they'll get used more often. Love Teresa, love her collabs so much. Just these particular products I'm not finding myself reaching for, and I'd rather them go to a better home, so that is what is going to happen. It's the end of an era with the Bitter Lace Beauty ones. Rearrange a little bit. I guess this ColourPop one, what even are you? Spirit Wilds, this was from the Legend of Korra collection, I think earlier this year. I quite literally forgot about this. So I think that stands that I don't need to keep it. I literally did not retain that in my memory. Let's see. This Get Wet highlight, gotta keep it. It's a similar texture to the Fenty one, the How Many Carats Diamond Balm. This is in the shade Skin Sheen. If I can get it opened, I would love to show it to you. It's that wet, squishy, putty texture, but I use these as a powder, even though they're more of like a putty. This just has like that same like clear, sparkly wetness, but instead of it being just like diamond looking, it's like got a seafoam green vibe to it. It's so pretty. I need to use this more. It's gorgeous. Let's see. This REM one in the shade Mama Earth. I got this a while ago, I think like a year ago, and I do enjoy it. I think it's pretty, like this soft mint. I just don't find myself using this one. There's just something about it, like maybe it's just because I want more sparkle, especially if I'm gonna wear like a colorful highlighter. I don't know. It's just like, I don't want just like a glowing mint. I want like a sparkly mint, if that makes sense. It's really not a bad highlighter, but it's one of those things that like, it's just kind of chilling here. I'm not using it, so I think I'd rather give it to a friend. Scooch all these together a little bit easier. We're getting through it. Nabla and Sigma. These are very different, but they're similar at the same time. This Nabla one is the Skin Glazing in Ozone, and then this one is Moonbeam from Sigma. They're both really pretty. This one's more of like just I don't know, just like a creamy glow. And then the Moonbeam one is like more like brighter, I suppose, like more metallic looking. I really, in my hardest hearts, don't need both. I mean, they are different. Like the Nabla one has a little bit more peachiness. I'm really dissecting these. You know what? I'm gonna keep them both. I feel like I'm doing good with my decluttering, and it is nice to have just like some solid, just glowy neutrals with different undertones. I think these Odin's Eye Norns ones I can let go. I let go of one of them last year because there were 3. And I think I can let go of these now too. Spring of Life and Web of Destiny. They're like this marbled texture. We have like a blue and then a pink. And I'm not reaching for these. I have like other blues and other pinks that I'm reaching for first. So I'm gonna let these go. I think it's time. Let's see, for Kaleidos, I'm definitely keeping the multi-chrome ones, Prophecy and Gifted. They're just insane. I love them. This one's Gifted, this one's Prophecy. Gifted's on my pointer, Prophecy's my middle. One's more green based, one's more pink based. They're just so gorgeous. I love the sparkle. These work good as eyeshadows. These are insane, so I'm gonna keep those. Also definitely wanna keep Moon Cruiser. This one just has like a really pretty kind of like bluey purple base. It's so wet looking. Love. And of course Laser Glazer. I can't see ever getting rid of this, especially because it doesn't exist anymore, but it's just the prettiest like green. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I actually didn't use this that much Halloween season, and I usually do, but I feel guilty when I use it because like so many people are sad that they didn't get their hands on it. Solar Sailor I think I can let go of. This one's just kind of like a gold blue sort of vibe, and I just don't really find myself reaching for this particular one. Like I have other things to reach for if I want kind of a golden glow. So I'll let this one go to a friend. Skywalker. Now part of me wants to keep it because it's gorgeous. I've loved it for years, but the other part of me is like, I have that blue one from Odin's Eye. I have a blue shifty one in Blend Bunny. I don't think I need this one anymore either. Like I think I have plenty of blues, so I'm gonna let this one go too. I know it's sad, but these also are so clunky. Like they take up a good amount of space, so like I'm not mad about condensing this. Mars Melter is really, really cool. It's like a weird like reddish, corally-ish. I don't even know how to describe it. And Diamond Dasher's been a favorite for a long time. It's like just the prettiest soft pink. So I think I'll keep those also. Condense those Kaleidos ones down to only 6 instead of 8. All right. The Game Beauty ones, they're nice. There were 5. I decluttered 2 of them last year just because I had like repeats throughout my collection. But I mean, we have like a blue shift, a green shift, and then like a pinky reddish shift. And I have this a couple times over already with the things that I'm keeping. So I think I'm gonna let these ones go and give them to a friend as well. They are a really nice formula, and they're a more affordable route if you're looking for like a shifty, colorful highlighter. I just don't need them anymore, so I'm gonna let them go. And last but not least, we have the Unearthly Low Light Highlighters. What are these called? Oh, the name's on the inside of the packaging. Spellbinding, Twilight, Mirage, and my broken one, Spectre. Spectre's really pretty, this like pinky shift kind of vibe, but I have a few things similar. And this one, like, I'm just so scared it's gonna like burst into a million pieces because it's so fragile. So I'm gonna let this one go just because it's a little broken. Let's see, we have Spellbinding. This one's like a bright, like almost like golden peach, depending on how the light hits it. Twilight is really similar to the Fenty one actually, in the sense that it's just like that like wetness, like wet, sparkly clear. I know we're finishing up and now the sun is like coming in. You know what? Let's just enjoy some sunbeams. There we go. We'll stick to this part of the screen. Mirage has more of like a, almost like a greenish gold. It's hard to capture it on camera, but that's what it looks like in real life. I don't think I need this one. Spellbinding, like I have some other like golden highlights. I think I will keep Mirage and Twilight though. They're quite nice. I do like those, and I do like this formula. I would have happily kept Mirage if it weren't like breaking into a million pieces. So there's that. All right, well, that was super successful. We started with 41, decluttered 21, and now I have 20. So we literally cut my single powders in half, and I personally feel really good about that. So yeah, feeling good. Let me gather all of my totals and I will give you the final results. All right, so we started with 56 total things today. I ended up decluttering 30 and now I have 26. I didn't expect to go that hard. I did want to go pretty hard though. And I feel really good about what's next to me and what I'm planning on keeping. I feel like I'm super aware of what I own now, and hopefully I'll be able to divvy out more of a variety again, because when I have so many things, I just use the same things. And again, I do reach for eyeshadows a lot, so it'll be nice to know exactly what I have. For those of you who care deeply to see the visuals, here is the picture of the 56 things that I started with today. Here are the 30 things that I ended up decluttering, and here are the 26 things that I am keeping today. I feel good. I hope you feel good. I hope you don't feel personally victimized by any of the declutters because again, it's not that deep. I'm so glad it's your favorite. Let's zoom out and finish this up, especially because the sunbeam is really a paid actor right now. Thanks so much for watching my video. I really appreciate you being here and hanging out and joining. I would love to hear your thoughts. Are you obsessed with any of the highlighters that are my favorite? Do you want any of them? What are your current favorite highlighters in your collection? I would love to know. If you made it to the end of this video, leave some sparkle emojis, some stars, those little twinkles. That I feel like represents highlighter. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm battybean there as well. And also feel free to subscribe. I'm posting most days over here. Also feel free to join my channel memberships. The link to sign up will be down below. You'll get fun little perks, including a members only video once a month. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.